Hi there, it's Paul here from Ballistic Blood Bullets with a DVD and Blu-ray horror update from some fairly recent pickups. Films we're looking at in the background are for the backdrop setting the horror theme, and these are movies from my collection from many days gone by, but some cool titles there indeed. Part of the big reason for doing this video update as well is to say thank you to Colfie, aka Gary. He recently ran a competition and he had a lot of goodies up for grabs. Really truly decent of him. There were several very good films and bits and pieces, and a rare magazine as well that he was kindly offering as prizes to entrants, and really pleased to have ended up as the runner-up in Gary's contest. The overall winner being Mateo the Dead, Pete, who selected a very good choice himself, and in fact it was my second choice should I have not ended up with the one that I have, which I'm very grateful for. So do pop along and check out Pete's channel as well, because he's recently done a video thanking Gary for his prize also. I'll leave his link below. Also a very cool channel, as you will all know, and if you don't, shame on you, get across there straight away. Anyway, my prize first selection is for George A. Romero's Diary of the Dead, and no ordinary version of Diary of the Dead. This is the very cool DVD steelbook edition. So, as I say, this is just the small part of Gary's fabulous choices for us to win. So definitely a sign of the quality of films that he was very kindly putting up for us. And this one is a limited edition, as you can see. I've got number 2135. I really quite enjoyed this film. It was a throwback to, I think, the filming roots of George A. Romero. And this takes place on the same evening of the original Night of the Living Dead, and it shows a different perspective, a little sideline story that occurred on the said evening of the Night of the Living Dead. And this is a return to roots, as I say, for George, and he handles it extremely well. Shows his directorial credentials, and I found it a very enjoyable film. I'm really pleased to have picked this one up, because I have seen the film but I didn't actually own it. So this is a very cool addition to have, and delighted to do so, and very pleased to see that this does have reverse backing art as well. So thank you very much, Gary. Delighted with this. Arrived in very good order, and you went the extra yard and actually put on delivery that's included having it to sign for, so that cost a little bit extra, and definitely going the extra yard. So thank you so much, Gary, really appreciate it, and this will be treasured in my collection, and I look forward to checking it out again very soon. So thank you very much indeed, and everybody, as I can't recommend highly enough, stop by, say hello to Gary at his channel Colfie. There we have Diary of the Dead. Okay, next up, a classic, late 70s classic from John Carpenter, and this is a shout-out recognition tribute to fellow YouTuber, good friend, Andrew Balliner. Andrew, as you all I'm sure know, is a huge fan of the Halloween movie and its sequels and the franchise. And this is the DVD that I picked up fairly recently, which is the extended edition that was shown on television, and it features an extra 12 minutes of bonus shot footage specifically for the TV airing, and we have extra scenes that are put into the film. So this is the long and full version of the classic movie Halloween. and I know that Andrew has this extended edition. I'm not sure whether he actually has this version from Anchor Bay, but I'm delighted to have picked it up. And as I say, with Andrew very much in mind, wanted to show it, and if he hasn't got it, then just a little look really to show what we have in this nice boxed DVD edition. Some nice cover art, classic cover of Michael Myers on the DVD itself, and also comes with a card that really just shows us the chapter selections, but it's a quality card, not the flimsy paper type. And again, we have a classic image here from the film with a victim of the killer Michael Myers. So this, as I say, is the 12-minute extended TV cut version released by Anchor Bay on DVD. I'm very pleased to pick it up. Hope you will, Andrew. Keep up the good videos that we all enjoy watching, and your passion for Halloween as well. Long may it continue. Take care, my friend. Right, next up, another horror, action, sci-fi, which we love. Good stuff indeed. And this is the Alien Undead. And just on a theme with Australia, this is an Australian production, and it's a big fun film, really over the top, definitely in the tradition of Aliens 2, and it's just very manic and very, very well done. Low budget, but extremely well done low budget film. And rather than being perhaps like Aliens 2, excuse me, the theme of which it definitely follows, if you picture it being more like a Bruno Mattei production, and his film that typifies this is Shocking Dark, and again, that film itself was copied very much in the mould of Alien and Aliens, but this is glorious, over the top fun, and I can't recommend it highly enough. Alien Undead. Next up, we have another film which will be recognisable by most true horror film fans, and that's one of the recent French horror releases that is extremely entertaining, and that is the zombie fest that is The Horde, or La Horde. And this one comes in a very nice slipcase edition, and the cover art is exactly the same on the DVD, but always nice to have the added edition of the slipcase, just an extra little bonus for fans and collectors of these cool movies. And this one's from Momentum Pictures. Now I know a lot of you will watch the film have been aware that there is an extended version of this, or the full cut, but it's one of those films that you don't need to worry too much about the cuts that are in this, because it's nothing gore-wise, nothing horror-wise. It is just shortening the opening sequence, which has the police force coming together, and they take down a drug dealer, and what elements are cut out are actually talked about in the version that we have here on DVD. Now, I hate any form of cut at all, like all of you, but this is a more compact, faster running film that gets straight to the action, which involves cops and drug dealers and killers hoarded up in a high-rise building when an outbreak of zombies or an infestation takes place, and they are besieged in the tower block, and they have to work together in order to survive and get out alive, if any at all actually do come the ending. Very, very enjoyable film, moves at a cracking pace, and as I say, with that editing of the few minutes at the beginning of the film, it makes for a much tighter film. So definitely don't be put off by knowing of the edited scene. This is the film definitely to watch, rather than wait unnecessarily for an English friendly full version to eventually get released, which it may actually never do. Next up we have a very recent release, horror release from America, a film that's starting to get a lot of word of mouth, and that's Arama. It's an anthology film. Some people have been showing this one off and had a lot of fun with it. It is good fun. It's bringing together three big names, or four big names should I say, directors from modern films, and that's Adam Green, Joe Lynch, Adam Rifkin and Tim Sullivan. Again, this one's got a nice slipcover. We do like the slip covers, as we keep saying, and this again has on the front cover of the slip the same cover art as is bedecked upon the video itself. This is available on Blu-ray as well, but the Blu-ray is region locked to region 1 America, so I picked up the DVD for this. But had great fun with it, and of the stories, the wraparound story, which involves a classic George A. Romero type zombie outbreak, is wonderful. They're all individually fun. Some are weaker than others. The best for me was the Diary of Anne Frankenstein, which was old school black and white shot like the Universal films of old, and very entertaining indeed. Had a lot of fun with this one, and can definitely recommend it. May not have an episode that is suitable for everybody, but there is something there for each and every one, with some very cool and funny scenes throughout each of the episodes. So that's Chillerama. Okay, going back to an older release but still classic German Nazi exploitation horror flick, and that's Outpost. What you might call a video Nazi. It is great fun, very well made, very dark movie, very enjoyable. Stars Ray Stevenson, who I'm enjoying more and more, and definitely a film that you can have fun with, kick back with, enjoy. It's almost like a time slip movie that these soldiers step into this zone and are beset by ghostly apparitions and the undead risen in the form of Nazis, and exploitation and experimentation, and it is definitely gory, disturbing. We love it. Great blurb there. So definitely worth checking out. Outpost. Okay, getting on to some more timeless art in film, and that's Dario Argento's Blu-ray restoration of the lost masterpiece Four Flies on Grey Velvet. First time I've seen this, enjoyed it. Shameless as ever have done a good job. They've pieced it together with the missing pieces of film, which are showing lesser quality, but overall this is a really nice package to have rendered again to Blu-ray high definition. Got a great twist in the tale, and a very interesting film from the early 70s. I think it's 1971 that this one was made, and definitely has the look and feel of a Dario Argento film, of his old school style, and it shows how it influences later films like Tenebrae. It's not a perfect film by any means, but definitely highly enjoyable, and certainly worth picking up in this shameless release. That's Four Flies on Grey Velvet. Next up, another timeless classic from the early 70s. This one is a Spanish horror. Again, a lot of people are picking this one up, and deservedly so. It's Horror Express. Christopher Lee, Peter Cushing and Telly Savalas in a very good movie. Good role for him, and it's the Trans-Siberian Express with a monsterific relic that comes back to life from the frozen receptacle that it's kept in as it defrosts, and then starts to kill all on the train and then resurrect them in these horrific looking zombified states with blood bleeding from the eyes that turn white as their skull interior brain is boiled and they become the servants of the creature that is on the Horror Express. Very, very enjoyable slice of 70s Euro horror hokum, and I highly recommend picking this one up on Blu-ray. Very cool movie indeed. That is Horror Express. Okay, next we have up a classic from the mid-80s, and that is Fright Nights. Recently remade, and it was okay, but this is the genuine article and the one that we all, or a lot of us, grew up with. And fabulous fun, and really is good to see this one on high definition Blu-ray release, and it's a goodie without question. Really enjoy revisiting this one. It's a limited edition Blu-ray release from Twilight Time, and it's one of only 3,000 units produced. And already this one is going for big money on places like eBay. So very hard to come by, but well worth investing in at the time, and so pleased to have picked this one up. Great fun, as I say, and a real throwback to the 80s style. It has aged in that respect, but if you're a fan of the 80s, won't matter a bit. It's just good old-fashioned fun to be had for all. Still gory, still practical creature effects that work so much better than the special SFX that they apply these days in abundance, and too much so, as we all know. And it's good to revisit with the stars of this movie, and of course we have Chris Sarandon as the lead vampire, and we also have the delights of Roddy McDowall and William Ragsdale, who we're looking at here together. And it is just a big fun return to old school styled 80s horror traditions, and a real blast. Really did enjoy seeing this one again, and for me, of the two that have been made with the title Fright Night, this is definitely the one to stick with, which will come probably as no surprise. But there we are, the original, the first Fright Night. Right, to close on a horror high for me, and again, a release on DVD, good old DVD, we have Luke Goss in The Dead Undead. And definitely vampires versus zombies-ish. It's really vampires against vampires, but it's definitely the undead, and it is undead goodness of the highest order. Really enjoyed this one. Stars Luke Goss, of course, will be known to a lot of you, particularly from England, known as one part of the duo or brother group Bros, along with his brother Matt, and third part of the team Bros was Craig Logan, who was the drummer. But that was going back to the 90s when he was a singer and a bit of a pop idol, and a fan for all the young ladies who would scream at their feet. They had some good hits though, they were quite good fun. But definitely Luke Goss has found his feet and a niche for himself in predominantly B-movie films, pretty sort of mid sort of range productions that all are very entertaining. But as well as being a solid B-movie actor and star, he's also made some pretty decent Hollywood appearances in roles which include Blade 2, Hellboy 2, The Golden Army, great film, and he's appeared in TV as well, and amongst his credentials he appeared in the awesome TV series Fringe, and a very good show that is. Really enjoy that. Amongst his B-movies, he's starred along some pretty incredible action stars. Michelle Yeoh, Hong Kong actress Michelle Yeoh, in the 2004 production Silver Hawk, with a sort of sci-fi tinge to it. Lots of action, great fun. Do check out that one. Death Race 2, of course, he was in, which was a blast. And yes, it's a sequel to the Jason Statham Death Race, which in itself, of course, is a reworking of the Roger Corman classic, which starred David Carradine in the lead role as Frankenstein. And Luke Goss takes up that mantle as Frankenstein, and he's due to be seen again in a third outing in the new version of Death Race, and that's Death Race 3, which is called Death Race Inferno. And from reading about it, it seems to touch upon and pick up upon the background character, the birth of Frankenstein. So literally Luke Goss as Frankenstein. It can be screamed, "It's alive! It's alive!" Looking forward to that. Big fun. Love these B-movie production, action, horror, sci-fi adventures. Can't get enough of them. And this one is big fun as well. And again, just touching back on Luke Goss amongst his B-movie credentials. He's also got Tekken, which is based on the video game, and that was big fun. Unearthed, which is a sci-fi adventure movie, and Mercenary, which was a great performance from him. Action role, modern day action role, and starring up alongside none other than Steven Seagal. And it's one of Steven Seagal's better B-movie direct-to-video shot films as well. So definitely check out Mercenary. Speaking of Frankenstein as well, ironically, from the Death Race movies, Luke Goss has also played Frankenstein from the Mary Shelley novel in a TV adaptation made in 2006, where he starred alongside great actor luminaries William Hurt and Donald Sutherland. Not seen that, but hopefully it crops up soon on the satellite channels or one of the regular channels, and get a chance to see him play the undead creature Frankenstein, which is rather ironic, as I mentioned, considering he's played the character with the same name from the Death Race films. And also coming from Luke Goss, we got more B-movie action delights to look forward to, including films that are sure to blast across our screen with ballistic goodness. Looking forward to that. But this is the Dead Undead, and to finish the video on a horror high, definitely worth checking out. It has Luke Goss as a strong and powerful vampire who, through the ages, decades, millennia, he calls upon heroes who are meeting their death on the battlefield, and just at the point of dying he offers them the opportunity to live as one of the undead, as a vampire, but to fight for the good of the future of the world. Luke Goss clearly has a vision of what's going to happen and transpire in the hundreds of years to come. So through this period of time he calls upon the fallen and those at death's door who are honourable, decent heroes, and resurrects them as vampires, companions, and forms his own army for the battle to come in the modern day. And sure enough, like rising up as the Magnificent Seven, he leads these heroes, these vampiric heroes, against the evil vampiric and zombie hordes that threaten the modern world. And he stands with his comrades at arms and fights the evil hordes. Great fun, really is an entertaining movie. And when you watch it, you get the feeling that it was intended to have a sequel. It is, I know, a movie that was intended for a TV series as well. And there's a great cameo performance towards the end of the movie, which I won't spoil, but do check it out. And it's certainly promised even bigger and better things for a sequel. So hopefully at some stage perhaps we do get to see the Dead Undead again. Definitely worth checking this one out though. Great cover, and it's a good, big, fun movie. Thank you very much indeed for watching, and thank you once again to Gary, aka Colfie, for the fantastic contest and giving me the opportunity to win the great DVD steelbook from George A. Romero, Diary of the Dead. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care. See you all soon. Bye for now.